Today, I want you to imagine a man who fought his first duel to the death when he was just 13 years old, a man who walked across Japan as a masterless samurai, a ronin, and fought in over 60 duels, and never, not once, was he defeated. His name was Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman in Japan's history. But what if I told you that his secret was not just in his sword? What if I told you his true weapon was his mind, and that his philosophy, written down almost 400 years ago, holds the keys to winning the battles you face in your life, right now, today? This isn't just a history lesson. This is a lesson in how to live. So put everything else away and listen. Let's learn the way of the undefeated warrior. Our story begins in a Japan full of war and conflict. Musashi was born in 1584. His world was a dangerous place. From a young age, he learned that to survive, you had to be strong. At age 13, while most boys were still learning, Musashi did something unbelievable. He wrote a public notice challenging a skilled adult samurai to a duel. The samurai, Arima Kihei, was arrogant. He laughed at the challenge from a boy. But when they fought, Musashi threw the man to the ground and defeated him. This was the start of his legend. For years, Musashi wandered the country. He had no master, no home. He lived a simple life. He cared only about one thing: perfecting his skill with the sword. He fought against the best warriors in Japan. He fought with swords, with wooden sticks, with whatever he had, and he always won. He was not like other samurai. They had their traditions, their fixed styles. Musashi was different. He was famous for fighting with two swords at once, a long sword and a short sword. This was his own style, which he called Niten Ichi Ru, or two heavens as one. Other warriors were confused. They trained to fight one sword, but Musashi was like a storm, attacking from all angles. He was unpredictable. He was like water, changing his form to win. But as Musashi grew older, something inside him changed. The fire of battle began to cool, and the light of wisdom began to glow. He had proven he was the best fighter. Now he wanted to understand the meaning behind it all. Why did he win? What was the true way of a warrior? In his final years, Musashi did not pick up his sword to fight. He picked up a brush to write. He went to live alone in a cave, and there he wrote down all his secrets. He wrote a book for his best student, a guide to his strategy. He called it Go-Rin no Sho, or the Book of 5 Rings. This book is not just about how to fight with a sword. It is a guide on how to win at life. It is broken into 5 parts or 5 scrolls: the Earth Scroll, the Water Scroll, the Fire Scroll, the Wind Scroll, and the final scroll of the Void. These are the 5 lessons we are going to learn today. These are the secrets to living an undefeated life.
Lesson 1. The Earth Scroll. This is the foundation. Musashi says before you can build a house, you must know the ground. Before you can win a fight, you must know your tools and your path. For a samurai, the tool is the sword. He must keep it sharp, know its length, its weight, how to hold it. For you, your tools are your skills, your knowledge, your body, your mind. Are you keeping them sharp, or are you letting them become dull? Musashi said you must practice day and night. He wrote, know the smallest things and the biggest things, the shallowest things and the deepest things. This means don't just dream about success. You must do the real hard work. If you want to start a business, you must learn about your product, your customer, your market. You can't just hope for the best. You must prepare the ground. This is the Earth Scroll. Be disciplined. Know your path. Build a strong foundation so that when the storms of life come, you will not fall. Lesson 2. The Water Scroll. This is about being adaptable. Musashi wrote, "The spirit of the warrior should be like water." Think about water. Water can be gentle and calm. It can also be a powerful tsunami that destroys everything. Water has no fixed shape. If you put it in a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put it in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Your mind must be like this. So many people are rigid. They have one plan, and when that plan fails, they break. They get angry. They give up. They say, "This is not how it was supposed to be." Musashi would say, this is a weak mind. A strong mind is like water. It adapts. If you lose your job, do you sit and cry? Or do you flow around the obstacle and find a new path? If your first business idea fails, do you quit? Or do you change your shape and try a new idea? You must be flexible. Life is always changing. The world is always changing. If you are stiff like a dead tree, you will be broken by the wind. But if you are flexible like bamboo or fluid like water, you will bend, you will flow, and you will always find a way forward. This is the water scroll. Be formless, be adaptable, be like water. Lesson 3. The Fire Scroll. The fight itself is like a fire. It is fast, intense, and chaotic. This scroll is about how to act in the heat of the moment. Musashi said, you must take the initiative. Don't wait for your opponent or your problems to attack you. You attack first. This doesn't mean you should be aggressive in a negative way. It means you should be proactive. You should be decisive. When you see an opportunity, you seize it with the power of a fire. Don't hesitate. Don't overthink. You have already prepared with the Earth Scroll. You are already adaptable like the Water Scroll. Now you must act with fire. Think about a job interview. You don't just sit there and answer questions quietly. You bring energy. You show them your passion. That is the spirit of fire. Musashi also taught that you must understand timing. In a battle, timing is everything. A second too early or a second too late can mean the difference between life and death. In your life, it's the same. You need to feel the rhythm of the situation and know when to push and when to wait. The Fire Scroll teaches us to be bold, to be decisive, and to take control of the moment. Don't let life happen to you. Happen to life. Lesson 4. The Wind Scroll. This scroll is about knowing your enemy, but more importantly, it's about knowing yourself. Musashi wrote, if you do not know the enemy, you do not know yourself. To become the best, he studied every other style of sword fighting. He wanted to understand how his opponents thought, how they moved, and what their weaknesses were. For you, this means understanding the world outside of yourself. If you are in business, you must study your competitors. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? If you are in a debate, you must understand the other person's point of view, not just your own. But here is the real secret of the Wind Scroll. By studying others, you learn about yourself. When you see a weakness in a competitor, you ask, do I have that same weakness? When you see a strength in another person, you ask, how can I develop that strength in myself? Many people live in a bubble. They only want to hear their own ideas. They only want to be with people who think like them. This is a path to weakness. You must be open. You must learn from everyone and everything. The Wind Scroll is about knowing others to truly know yourself.
Lesson 5. The Scroll of the Void. This is the final lesson.
It is the most difficult to understand, but it is the most powerful. What is the void? The void is emptiness. It is a mind that is free from confusion, from fear, from ego, and from desire. Musashi believed that when you truly master the way, you act without thinking. You move without planning. Your mind becomes empty, clear, and calm. And in that emptiness, you can see everything perfectly. Think about your own mind right now. Is it empty? Or is it full of noise, full of worries about the future, full of regrets about the past, full of anger, jealousy, and fear? This noise is what makes you weak. It clouds your judgment. You overthink every decision. You imagine failure before you even start. The scroll of the void teaches us to let go of this noise. It is about achieving a state of no mind. It is the confidence you have when you have practiced something so many times you can do it perfectly without thinking. It is the peace you feel when you accept the world as it is, not as you want it to be. Reaching the void is not easy. It takes a lifetime of practice. But you can start today. Start by practicing meditation. Start by letting go of small worries. Start by focusing on the present moment, not the past or the future. The void is the ultimate source of power, because a mind that is clear and calm cannot be defeated. So, these are the 5 rings: the earth, to build your foundation; water, to be adaptable; fire, to be decisive; wind, to know yourself; and the void, to clear your mind. Miyamoto Musashi's life story is not just a tale of swords and duels. It's a story about personal growth. He started as a violent young man, a killer, but he ended as a wise master, an artist, and a philosopher. He teaches us that it's never too late to change your path. It's never too late to seek wisdom. The greatest battle is not against other people. The real duel, the one you fight every single day, is against the weaker version of yourself, the lazy you, the scared you, the you that makes excuses and says, "I'll do it tomorrow." That is your true opponent. Musashi wrote, "There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Everything exists. Seek nothing outside of yourself. You have the earth, the water, the fire, the wind, and the void inside you right now. You are the samurai, and life is your duel. So, I ask you, what will you do? Will you let your sword get rusty?
Will you let your mind get noisy and weak? Or will you start to walk the way? Pick up your sword today. Your sword may be a pen to write a book. It may be a computer to start a business. It may be the courage to have a difficult conversation, or the discipline to go to the gym. Whatever your battle is, face it with the spirit of Miyamoto Musashi. Prepare your ground. Be like water. Attack with fire. Know yourself, and find the calm in the void. Your undefeated life is waiting for you. The duel has already begun. Go and win.